Hey y'all, I am Paul Mosley, youth pastor at Douglasville First United Methodist Church, and this is a standalone message about the power of our words from our series, I Have Questions. So have you noticed how much attention words get? You know, whether it's the words of a politician, the tweet of a celebrity, the comment of an athlete, or the words someone said in the hallway right before getting suspended. You know, whatever the context might be, words are a big deal. You know, since we were kids, we were taught this classic line, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." We're told that words don't hurt, but we all know that they do, right? You know, I'll never forget a quiz I took in Spanish class in high school. It's a silly story, but it stuck with me. You know, I finished early and started talking to friends around me. I tried to whisper, but the one small problem is I'm a loud human being, you know? And so one of my classmates who was interested in getting a good score on her quiz wasn't a big fan of my talking. She gave me the classic shh, but it didn't faze me. I had a social life to maintain, I guess. So I kept talking and she gave me another shh. Yep, I was still talking. And that's when I pushed her to her limit, I guess. She finally snapped and said, "Stop, you are so annoying." And I'll never forget how I felt in that moment. I'm not sure why, but the word annoying hit me wrong. Annoying was something I never wanted to be. I wanted to be liked, funny, and cool. I didn't want to be annoying. Maybe I had been labeled annoying when I was younger, but for some reason, that moment brought up all sorts of feelings inside of me. I realized that the word annoying had some type of weird power in my life, and it hurt bad. In fact, as silly as it is, that moment stuck with me for a long time, y'all. I couldn't shake the word annoying from my identity. You know, how can a single word stick with a person for so long? And the truth is, we've all had an experience where words hurt us. There's no way around it. You know, we could all tell a story of a time when words were said, maybe in a joking way, maybe in an argument, but they stuck with us, right? And it shaped the way that we see and think about ourselves. You know, it may be true that words can't physically harm you, but the emotional hurt they cause can be just as bad, right? And isn't it true that there's more going on than just the words being spoken? You know, there's body language, there's tone, there's that dig behind the words, right? There's an intent to hurt or cut down. It's never just about the words. You know, we say things that cut other people down in hopes of getting a few laughs. You know, we crack an inappropriate joke or make a degrading comment about, you know, someone because it helps us fit in with a certain group of people. Or we gossip and hurt others so that we can break the news and we can be the ones to do it, you know. And most of us have had people look up to who have used derogatory or hurtful speech, so we think it gives us permission to do the same. But in the process, we discovered that our words actually shape the way we think and feel about other people. I mean, get this, words really are powerful. You know, we've experienced it in our personal lives, and we've also seen it in the world around us, right? You know, words have hurt a lot of feelings. Words have ruined reputations. Words have destroyed opportunities. Words have ended relationships in devastating, nasty ways. Words have caused people to actually believe their lives are worthless. And words have started conflicts among entire countries. Words have the potential to do a lot of damage, y'all. And believe it or not, this isn't just something we're dealing with in current times. Sure, technology and media have made our words louder and in some ways more powerful, but words have always had the ability to cause harm. And while we're going through this lesson, we're going to look at a passage today written from a guy named James, who happened to be the brother of Jesus. And even though all the books and all the letters of the Bible make up one large body of work. The more you read them, the more you discover that each book and letter has a different feel. You start to see how each writer's personality shines through. And that is definitely true for the book of James. You read his book and get the feeling that he's just kind of tells it like it is, He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He's about as honest and straightforward as you can get. And in the passage we're looking at, he talks honestly about the power of words. So he starts by saying this: when you put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal. Or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder, wherever the pilot wants to go. So everyone's tracking, right? James is talking about how the power of one small thing can have over a larger whole. And so he continues, likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body. Consider what a great forest is set on by a small spark. The tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and it is itself set on fire by hell. See what I mean? James does not hold back. And sometimes I think James could have been a little gentler, but oh well, can't change it. James is not saying that your tongue is evil. James is saying that your tongue is powerful, which means that your words are powerful. Like a rudder on a ship, words steer the direction of our lives and take us somewhere. And if we're not careful, that'll take us somewhere that we do not want to go. And we get that our words are powerful, but does James have any good news? Is there any hope for what we should do about it? Well, not really. In verse 8, he literally says, no one can tame the tongue. James is like the guy you don't want to get stuck talking to at a party. He brings the whole mood down. That's the bad news, right? The good news is his letter does not stop there. He goes on to talk about wisdom and how it's connected to humility. On the other hand, he says that where you find things like envy and jealousy and selfishness, you'll find all the other kinds of bad stuff. Then he says this: but wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness. James is basically saying that when we only look out for ourselves, when we only do the selfish thing, things don't go well. But when we humble ourselves, look out for others, and go after peace, our lives reflect those things. I mean, think about it this way. When we plant an apple seed, we grow apples. It doesn't matter how much you want oranges, you will get apples. Why? Well, that's because that's what we planted, right? In the same way, when it comes to our words, we get what we plant, right? So think of it this way. Pay attention to the power of your words. When our words are full of selfishness and jealousy and pride, talking down to others and seeing people as less important than us, not worthy of value or love, we are planting disorder. We are planting unhappiness, and that's what will grow. But if we're interested in a different life, and we want to grow wisdom, peace, mercy, and kindness, if we're interested in living lives that are full of those things later, then we better start planting words that are full of those things right now.